Hello, guys of United Rock Nations. We are with Michael of Silent Assassins and, of course, Symphony X. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So, you have a new album called Silent Assassins, but it's now 3 years that Symphony X released Iconoclast. What happens
Yes.
for you during those 3 years?
Yes, well, Symphony X is the kind of band that releases albums, they're far apart from each other. So I figured that after we released Iconoclast, maybe I could do a solo album in between.
Yes.
I thought it would be a good idea. So I began to put songs together when I was on the tour bus, when we were touring Europe and the USA. There's so much time on the bus to waste. So I was writing songs on the bus, writing lyrics and all this kind of thing. And then by the time we finished our touring cycle, I had the songs ready to record.
Yes.
Um, and then with the help of my bandmate Michael Romeo,
Yes.
I was able to put this record out, and I'm excited to do it.
I think that you never stop because you plays with Symphony X, Holy Force, Lalu, Mind Maze. But where do you take that time to write all the songs?
I know. I guess I would be called a workaholic. Uh, yeah, I just love to play. That's really the answer. But I think in between all these projects, I would just do a little bit at a time on my record. So I didn't just stop everything and work on my album. I did a little bit in between this show and that show. And then it took a long time. It took a few years, but then finally I finished.
Yes, great. Was it important for you to have your own solo project? Eh,
Well, yeah. Well, my roots and my love has always been with classic heavy metal,
yes,
pure heavy metal, um, and I've always loved that kind of music. So I always had dreams of putting out a record in that style because the songs on this album really don't fit Symphony X's
absolutely,
style.
absolutely.
Right. And I thought it would be a great thing to do. And this was a great creative outlet for me because I wanted the Symphony X fans and other metal fans to know where my roots come from.
Exactly. In fact, on the album, there is a lot of styles: hard rock, power metal, thrash, progressive. That was intentional or just a natural way of writing songs?
Well, I think it just came out that way because I'm influenced by so many things. Um, I, of course, grew up loving Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath. Um, and then, of course, as metal evolved, it became less popular in the USA, and Europe, it was still going strong.
Absolutely.
And the European metal bands were just putting out this amazing music. Um, so I kept listening to, Blind Guardian and even now the newer folk bands that are coming out, and I began listening to a lot of Blackmore's Night.
Yes, Blackmore's Night,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, and all these influences from the past and the present just came out, and that's what you have.
Good. And why you choose the name of Silent Assassins as the name of your solo project?
Well, when I was thinking about, what should I call this, I said, well, okay, Mike Lepond? No. How about Mike? How about Mike Lepond and Friends? No. um, and then I said, what is a cool way to say Mike Lepond and Friends? Well, I could say, Mike Lepond's, silent assassins. You don't know, can't see them, but they're my team.
Yes.
So it was just a fun way to come up with a name.
Okay, and the lyrics seems committed. What are the themes which you talk about on the lyrics?
Yes, lyrics have always been very important to me, and I love lyrics that are very epic.
Yes, of course.
Usually from mythology or history, and I think that these kind of lyrics go great with heavy metal, the epicness of it. So I wrote on the record. I wrote a lot. There's a couple of songs from King Arthur. There's some songs from history, like the first song, Apocalypse Rider, is about Attila the Hun.
Yes.
And then, other things on the album. The song Silent Assassins, I wrote about the Trojan War because I said, well, maybe the Greek warriors inside the horse could be called silent assassins too.
Yes, absolutely.
So I played around with it, and I played around with all these epic themes because that's just what I love. So it was just so much fun.
So I selected 3 songs that I want to talk about. The first one is "The Outsider."
Yes.
It begins with an incredible bass solo. Tell me more about that song.
Thank you very much. Well, The Outsider, the lyrics of The Outsider,
yes,
is based on an author named H.P. Lovecraft, and he had a short story by the same name of The Outsider. So if you read that short story, it will give you a glimpse into the song. And it's a kind of song where it's kind of maybe has a little bit of a Pantera kind of a groove type thing going on.
Yes.
And that intro bass line, it just came out. I don't know where it came.
But it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was cool. And yeah, so it's kind of reminded me of Pantera, but then it goes into almost like a Megadeth, Motorhead kind of thrashy type thing, and then it all comes back to the grooving, funky
exactly.
metal riff. Yeah, so yeah, that one. The singer Alan Tecchio, that's his favorite.
Okay, so talking about the singing, I have a question for the song "Silent Assassins," because the singing is very powerful on this song. I think it's a perfect combination of heavy, thrash, and power. Tell me more about that song, not about the lyrics because we have yet talked about, but about the music and the singing because it's really great.
Yeah, well, I wanted to write like a classic power metal thrash type of riff,
Exactly.
Just really, yeah, and so I began working on it, and I wanted it to be a song where you don't really have to think, it's just right there in your face. So I put these riffs together, and I was trying to think of what the vocal melodies should be, and I started to think, what would Eric Adams do in this song, I was like, how would he sing it, and I was like, all right, and he'd probably reach up and get those high notes up there, So I had kind of Eric Adams' Manowar in mind for the vocal melodies, but I mean, the riffing is real like Motorhead, maybe early Metallica.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
So when you write songs, you write also the vocals, melodies.
Yes. When I write the songs, what I'll do is I'll play the CD demo in the car, and I'll try to find melodies and to sing to it.
And to sing, yes. You sing very well or not?
No, I'm terrible. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I need Alan, because I stink.
Okay, great. And the last song I selected is Oath of Honor, because it's a 11 minutes track. It's a long piece with a lot of atmospheres. Tell me more, how was born that song?
Well, the Oath of Honor lyrically is about, it's a story from King Arthur called Sir Gawain and the Green Knight.
Okay.
So it's based on that story, and again, the song has kind of it had kind of a maybe Man of War vibe, you know, in the beginning riffing.
Exactly.
And I started it out with a little medieval bass line. And that song, I had different pieces that I didn't know what to do with, and then eventually I found a way to put them together. And I think it kind of flowed pretty nice. Michael Romeo helped me with the orchestration.
Absolutely.
And he did some really nice lead playing on that too. That really just, you know, nice. So that's one of my favorite ones on the record. You know, and I mean, Symphony X is famous for our long songs.
Exactly.
So I wanted to try to at least get one long one in there.
We have received the press release of the album, and on the press release it's written that one of your idols is Gene Simmons of Kiss. But when we listen at your music, it sounds so far from Gene Simmons' style. So it's a mystery for us.
Yes, I'll tell you the story. Well, when I was 13 years old,
Yes.
my father took me to see Kiss.
Yes.
Now, when you think back of when you were that age, and you see these guys in these crazy costumes, and they're coming out of the floor, and they're flying, and crazy things, I was like, wow, I want to be like Gene Simmons. So when I first started learning the bass, as soon as my father bought me a bass, I would learn some Kiss songs to learn. But then, obviously, as I got older, I progressed past it. But so I still have to thank Gene Simmons for making me want to be a bass player.
Okay. Do we have the chance to see Silent Assassins on live or not?
Well, what I am thinking about doing is, because Symphony X is about to start recording now as well.
That was my next question.
Okay, so
about Symphony X. So
we'll put it all together. Symphony X begins recording our new CD. We start this Tuesday.
Oh yes, fantastic.
We're going to start the drums on Tuesday, and we hope to, with all the recording and then the promotion, we hope to have a new album out for the spring.
Fantastic.
Now, that being said, as soon as I know Symphony X's schedule, I would like maybe for Silent Assassins to do some things in between.
Yes, it would be great.
Maybe a festival or a cruise, or, you know, something cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the planning. So tell me about the new Symphony X.
Sure.
The songs are ready.
The songs are ready to go. We have 10 songs. We may record 9 or 10. We'll see how it goes. Stylistically,
Yes.
it's not as heavy as Iconoclast was. I would, if I had to compare,
Yes.
I would say that it's a combination of The Odyssey and Paradise Lost.
Okay.
Something in there. It has a lot of classic Symphony X elements in it, which I think a lot of our fans were missing for a few years.
Exactly.
So I think our fans will really like this one. It's really just focuses on solid songwriting.
Do you have yet the name of the album or not?
We don't have the name of the album yet. Right now we have all the music and we have all the lyrics written down, but we still need to put the lyrics to the song.
Yes,
We're still putting that together.
And how many times it will take to record?
I think we would like to have the album recorded by the end of the year, finished.
Okay.
And then we give it to the record company, and then they need 3 months to promote.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so that's the plan right now.
Okay. Thank you, Michael, for this interview, and hope to see you in France with Silent Assassins or Symphony X, whatever.
Absolutely. France has always been great to Symphony X, and we will definitely see you guys next year.
Great, fantastic. See you, thank you, and see you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye now. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Mike Lepond from Symphony X, and you're listening to United Rock Nations. Stay metal!